Browns come off a big win. Defense scored. Defense looked dominant. Quinshon Judkins, 3 touchdowns. But let me tell you this, people. Let's get to this. That was the Dolphins. And you're going to take every win that you can get. But this Patriots game is going to dictate and determine a lot of things for the Cleveland Browns. Because going into this game, they have Drake May. They have, Mike Vrabel. They got a nice, solid team. Right now, they're playing like one of the best teams in the league. Do I think that they're a Super Bowl contender? No, but I don't even like to break things down in Super Bowl. What is a Super Bowl contender? I mean, I guess you know it when you see it. All I could do is judge week to week and what they're doing in this game. And if I'm looking at this situation for the New England Patriots on the road, this could get ugly. This could get ugly. It's one or two ways I want to look at it. If the Browns come in there and compete and take exactly what they did against the Miami Dolphins and extrapolate that and bring that same type energy to the game against the Patriots, I think that you're looking at a situation where I'll give Kevin Stefanski some credit. Now, do I still think he's the nicest coach in the world in this playbook? No. What I'm saying is I'll give him credit for building some momentum and carrying this from week to week. But you know how I always tell you, in this league, it's a week-to-week league. It ain't we did this last week. We got 3 turnovers last week. Can we get 3 turnovers this week? That ain't how this thing works. It's a week-to-week league, and the Patriots it give you another challenge in terms of what they do well and guess what you do. When you take a look at the way they shut down the running game, this is a game I'm going to see because there's a myth that, just run the football. As long as you run, yes, you do have to be balanced. You have to run the football. No, you can't have Dillon Gabriel throw the ball 50, 60 times. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when your best part of your game is that run game and they know how to stop the run against backs that have come into wherever they play the Patriots, they've been able to hold those guys in check. If that's your best part of your game, and trust me, the best part of the game is Quinshon Judkins making people miss. O-line play is not there. Don't get it twisted. Just because you run for some yards and Judkins is making guys miss does not mean that somehow that is what we're looking for. And somehow the offensive line is looking dominant. But if they can stop the run, it goes back to the quarterback. What are you going to do to be able to keep people off the line of scrimmage? Sometimes you have to throw the ball in order to run the ball. Let me bring that back. Sometimes you got to throw the ball in order to open up lanes to run the football. Because running the ball is a numbers game. I could put enough people in the box to stop all that. I could put a lot of people up there to stop exactly what we're talking about. But when you pass the ball and it's intermediate passing and it's shots, see, it don't matter. Sometimes you say, you got to complete. Yes, you want to complete passes downfield, but you got to take the shots because the shots put stuff on tape. The shots make corners think. The shots keep safeties from creeping in the box. The shots keep coordinators from playing man coverage all over the field, making it difficult for your receivers to get open. Because they say, well, at least he's going to try to throw that. At least it's in his mind he's going to be aggressive. At least this is something that we have to be worried about. And right now, Dillon Gabriel has thrown 4 passes. 4. Over 25 yards. 4. Now, you take a look at the rest of the league and the way the game is played. If you can't spread the field and either A, you're scared to throw the ball downfield, B, you're not seeing and processing to see people down the field, or the worst of all is if Kevin Stefanski is hammering your head that we want you to keep control of the football and we don't want turnovers, all 3 of those are a disaster waiting to happen in terms of whether or not you're going to be successful as an offensive team. And this game is going to tell me a lot because now you're in the 4th game with Dillon Gabriel. You've had multiple weeks. He's been in the games and leading back into the Baltimore Ravens. So he was the backup quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. He got in those football games when Joe Flacco struggled. He got in games at the end of the game 2 times with Joe Flacco. He's been the backup for a long period of time, basically since the beginning of the season. So we've had 8 games of him being in the meetings, being with the coaching staff, understanding what the game plan is, learning Kevin Stefanski's voice, knowing what the audibles are and the checks. He's been doing that since the first week of the season. If we get to this week and it still ain't on, we go back to subject number 2. That timetable for Shedeur Sanders is quickly approaching. Quickly approaching. And the bye week has always been circled. Trust me. Kevin Stefanski had a certain way he wants to do it. But let me tell you what. There's also 2 other people in this equation, Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam. If they don't see it by then, it's going to be a lot of conversations after that football game, especially if it don't look good, to say, yeah, we about to, we 2-6. We 2-6. We might go ahead and pull the trigger on that. 2-6. They look bad. And I'm telling you, this is the game you should be watching. Not only for the Cleveland Browns and what they plan on doing, but for Dillon Gabriel and whether or not he's a long-term viable answer as a quarterback and when the time to make a move. He's going to tell us that Sunday. Not Shedeur Sanders, not Kevin Stefanski. Dillon Gabriel is going to tell us what this play, if this experiment goes on for a few more weeks. We shall see.